But really, the Sentinel does have the option for that ultimate team fight here. And if the Scourge does actually lose a team fight, they are going to lose mid-racks due to all these creeps here. It looks like Scourge is actually putting up a lot of tower on this, on this, a lot of pressure on this tower, and they are going to lose the tower. The Rax is already under control, under damage. They can pick off the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend does go down, and that was a blink BKB initiation from the Destroyer here. And I think with this, wow, this is a huge team fight. They didn't even need Black Hole at this point, and they are going to try to pick off the a blink Black Hole is going to get the TIE Hunter and going to get the Morphling as well, and that is a completely team wipe. Wow, really, really well played, and that was a clutch move coming from the Scourge, and I gotta say that was a GG, a little bit anticlimactic, just a single battle to decide it all, but I mean, we are watching a very well played game coming from MUFC here. That's no surprise that MUFC is actually leading at #1 spot in the ADC's tournament. No surprise at all, and that was a very good. I mean, just looking for the farm, right? I'm just putting down the endgame stream and look at the farm. 170 on the Broodmother, 233 on the Destroyer in 31 minutes. You do the math. That's around 8 creep kills per minute. That is just insane. Keep in mind the Broodmother, other than his 172 creep kills, he does have a buttload of neutrals in the jungle as well. Let me pull out 27 neutrals. So that's not too terribly bad. He was sending a lot of spiders into the jungle as well. So I mean, right now MUFC is looking golden to win this game here. And I mean, there's no way. I don't think there's any way for the Sentinel to come back. But if there's any way for the Sentinel to come back, they do have the squad to do it. A lot of past experience I had in Clan War, where we just get completely outlaned. But if we have like a completely like a team fight, right? If we have like, you know, a Void and an Invoker and a Darkseer, like that is the lineup that will make you come back. But I'm not too sure what they could be, you know, done against this. I think the TIE Hunter at the very least needs a Blink Dagger to jump on these guys. Because right now we do see like they are going to use the Destroyer to initiate, and how often do you hear that, right? Destroyer to initiate, and that is, I think, the best way for them to initiate. Use the Destroyer instead of the Enigma, because the Enigma, once he blinks in, right, once his ultimate whiffs, that is just going to be really bad. But if the Destroyer just blinks and pops his BKB, I mean, there's really nothing they could do. Nothing that the Sentinel could do outside just surrounding the Destroyer, you know, via right clicks. But right now, Destroyer at this point, just too much HP, and looks like we do see the Morphling being carelessly picked off here. Looks like gonna try to fight here. Witch Doctor does get picked off here, but I think, wow, these guys are just taking Witch Doctor's cask like no tomorrow here. There's a Gush and an ult being popped off. Blink BKB ult, and it's gonna go on the Bad Rider. And is there gonna be a Black Hole TIE Hunter actually running around like crazy here? Destroyer actually doing so much damage at this point. He is, I'm not too sure what his pure damage he's popping. Let's see, we'll see. Oh, it doesn't show up on the screen, but I think he's doing maybe around 400 or 500 pure damage, unreduced by armor. And wow, and this is what I mean by rare items, right? And I assure you, this is no like joke item from Silvercross. He's not actually like lol, we're winning so hard, we're gonna get Mask of Madness. He's actually really serious about this. And I mean, really, BKB Mask of Madness is one of those kind of a cute combo you can pull off, and you don't just have to do it on a Sven or anything like that. You could just do a Premier on any hero. Darkseer blows a vacuum here, just delaying the push. It would have been nice if actually pulled up a Ion Shell, any of these target, and then vacuum. Would have probably killed all these spiderlings, but for the most part, we do see more blink ultimates going on here. There is a swap trying to save the Bat Rider. No, they actually swapped the Bat Rider instead of the what you call it, instead of. It looks like they're gonna focus on the Morphling. Morphling is gonna try whatever he can, but he doesn't even morph, and I think that is the GG at this point. If Ravage finally being casted, but at this point, yeah, Silvercross just got a triple kill, and he is sitting at 95 HP. Still having the Aegis though. Both team is gonna be calling the GG, and that is a good game, well played from both teams. So, very, very good game of play from the both part. Despite the Scourge actually getting very interesting item choices and very bad item choices, I still very much so disapprove this Battle Fairy on the Broodmother. Sure, it really extends her mid-game advantage by having more like plus damage and whatnot, but I still think that a Vlad's into a BKB is just, you know, clearly more superior. But maybe like they have really planned out accordingly, right? They actually had the Enigma to get the Vlads, so this actually frees up the Broodmother's to, you know, that's like 2,000 gold freed up. So maybe because of that, they wanted to go the Battle Fury first. If that's the case, I think that was a very good team play in terms of having the correct item and correct strategy. One thing I failed to point out is that actually Witch Doctor gone for the mono boots. I'm not too sure about that. I think Strength Treads, especially in 6.68 C, is just clearly the most superior boots of choice. So I mean, I definitely think that's the better boots, but nothing too much to worry about. And I think this is a very good game, right, to show why most of the Chinese team is going for the Manta first before the Lincolns. If you go into Lincolns into Manta, you definitely need at least 45 minutes of farm. Like, you know, if your name is not Nirvana Zoe, and if you don't have like 3,000 CS by the 10th minute, you definitely have to go to like Manta first and then back into Lincolns. And for the most part, right, the Morphling, despite having what, like almost 200 CS, he's been like a no factor in the team fights. And that's the big reason is that Lincoln Sphere and like a non-completed Manta style doesn't give you jack damage in terms of, you know, team fight. So that's why it's not going to be really helpful. So that's why we are seeing, you know, pro Morphling players such as Mushi, such as Nirvana Zoe, such as I think YYF plays it on LGD. I'm not too sure. Such as Burning, right? He plays a Morphling for Ehon. Like, they're all going the Manta first because you desperately need the damage to help out the mid-game team fights. And I mean, right now, going back to that argument I made earlier about Rigo riding classifying carry, that article, this game is just a great example to showcase that once Aeon.Mufc, they got their items, they got the BKB finish on the Broodmother, on the Enigma, and they got a Blink Dagger on the Destroyer, right? Once they got those important items finished, they just went to push, and that was their, you know, the timing attack. That was the moment that were their strongest, and critically, that's also the moment before Morphling finished all his crap. So that was a great timing to choose a push, and that initiation by the Destroyer was just beautiful. Blinked in and just focused on the core of the problem, which was the Darkseer. You hex him, you kill him, and that was it. Like, that's the team fight. They have all their BKB on. That Ravage is not going to do anything to you. The Blink BKB ult from the Shadow Fiend is not going to do anything to you either. So really good item choices from MUFC, very smart item choices, getting all those BKB, and look at the Blink Daggers, look at the amount of Blink Daggers, even Broodmother picking up a Blink Dagger. I think that's kind of for the lulz, but yeah, so really well played for Scourge. And I gotta say, it looked like the Sentinel team was out of it completely. You know, the Scourge was just leading the farm across the board. Every single lane, Scourge won it, despite I think the top and bottom lane for Sentinel, you know, Roccat.Trust should have won those lanes, but despite of that, despite losing those early game advantage they had, I think Roccat.Trust threw up a very good fight. Mid-game they won a big, you know, 2 or 3 big skirmishes, and that actually got them back into the game for a little bit. That allowed the, you know, the Shadow Fiend to finish his BKB and Blink Dagger and whatnot, and that's quite critical. But I think we saw the late game farm of the Destroyer and of the Broodmother just kind of outweigh in terms of whatever the advantage that Sentinel had. Scourge just had way more and made up with it with just a superior farm. So I hope you guys enjoyed this late game analysis and the commentary as well, and just give me more comments of how you think I could, you know, lay out my commentary in terms of improving it and having better qualities. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and this is Luminous signing off. GG.